That's awesome. Let's bring it. We got another returning guest here on the show, and let's bring him in. The new season in the Big 12 begins next week or later this week, Saturday in Dallas, Texas, with the BYU Fanfest, April 27th, 11 to 1 p.m. Texas time at the Josey Ranch Athletic Complex in Dallas. Live coverage on BYUtv starts at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And here with all the details is the Director of Alumni Relations, Michael Johansen, as we get ready for round 2 in the Big 12. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Do you have your bags packed? Are you ready for Dallas?
I have not packed my bags yet. But I believe we are ready for Dallas. Dallas is ready for us. I'll tell you that.
Who's all going to be there?
There are a lot of people going to be there. Obviously, our alumni base is strong in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In Texas, in general, we've got over 17,000 graduates in the state of Texas, and a large percentage of that is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Bilo, a lot of them were at the Oklahoma game, and they watched you beat the Sooners.
I do remember the little blue sliver, which was I was told it was about like 10,000 or 12,000. So I wonder if all 15 or all 12,000 of them were.
Now they got a bunch of kids, and they're all bringing them back.
Multiplying and replenishing the earth.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
What's going to happen in those 2 hours together down there? What's your vision?
There's going to be a ton of things going on. It's just going to be a great big party there. I've got a map here that I'm looking at, but there'll be BYU Dining is going to be there with their cougar tails and chocolate milk and ice cream. They're shipping it down there so you can have a taste of BYU right
chocolate
there.
Milk, cougar chocolate milk in the heart of Texas. That's great.
We'll take it.
What are some of the things that are going to happen over the 2 hours? What you got there?
You've got player autographs available, a ton of inflatable activities for the kids to go. They've got a football toss. They've got cornhole, soccer, all the things that can just engage you for that time. Live broadcast, like you mentioned, with the
Spencer and Jared will be down there. Mm-hmm. Is it indoors or outdoors?
It's outdoors.
Okay.
Yep.
When I say a sports complex, I either think of a bunch of fields, or in Texas, they put a bunch of fields under a roof.
Under a roof, right.
Yeah.
This one, early in the season, I think we should be okay. Weather looks good.
The Cougars going to play back in Dallas on September 6th, the Friday night, against SMU. What ticket information is available yet for folks who want to go back? We
are in full swing with the tailgate planning activities. As you know, we try to pull off a really exciting pregame activity, and our chapter there in Dallas-Fort Worth, led by Taggart Barron. You'll hopefully get the chance to talk to him as he pulls this all together.
He'll be on the show as we get there, you bet.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how does somebody get involved with the chapter, but you said that there's individuals around the nation, right? That I can. So if I live in Florida, there's a chapter in Florida.
Yeah,
if I live in.
That's right. Yep,
okay.
Yep. We've got chapters, kind of like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We have chapters everywhere. Wherever you live, you belong to a ward. Wherever you live, you belong to a BYU chapter.
Just like there's churches everywhere. Like I'm from California, so I grew up and there's 7-Eleven on every block. And I came here and I was like, there's literally a church.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
On every block.
And they don't have Slurpees at those sets. But I mean,
if we did,
that's a good idea.
That would be fantastic.
It started here.
There's a bigger vision at play here with these fan fests. Another one in Arizona in June, and the tailgates that we've talked about before football games. But there's a drive to bring people together. What's the vision from the Alumni Association?
Well, our tagline is to be connected for good, and we do that in two senses of the word. Good meaning forever. For good, and also good meaning that we're serving. At the front of campus, there's a line that says, enter to learn, and then go forth to serve. We've introduced a service project at our tailgates, and that has been a way to rally our local communities and get people who are alums, who are fans, who are just curious about what BYU is and what BYU has to offer for the world. Yeah. And that's really what we're trying to do, is benefit the world through our gatherings, and they've just grown in popularity.
I something that I really love and admire about the show, other than having me on as the third guest host, but host, just the connection that it brings, right? And I think right now in our societies and within communities, we're kind of in silos right now as individuals, just how the nature of the world. And I love coming on and seeing the different countries and the different states and you have a whole chat right here of conversation going.
They're talking to each other.
Yeah, they're talking to each other. They're talking to us, and it brings that sense of community, right? And I love the feedback that I hear here. What if some of the alumni, what do they say about the events and some of the feedback that you've got?
The real key to these is localization, and the benefit of BYU is that we have alumni everywhere, and it's really true. We can find through our data collection and analysis that our alumni really are everywhere, and they love to get together, and they love to help each other. They love to welcome people into their communities, whether it be a student who's doing an internship or a new family that's taking their first job. They're moving there to do something that they've never done before, and they have a built-in family. And we get those stories all the time. And this is, through the athletics gathering opportunities,
right.
We're just magnifying that principle of gathering and of doing good.
LJ Martin was on the show last week sitting in that seat, and he said he'll be at the Fan Fest because he's a Texan.
Yes.
So the Martins from El Paso will be up to. So now Kalani will be there. Do you know who and we want to pack the place. So who else can fans expect to see?
That's a great question. We're doing this in partnership with BYU Athletics, Alumni Athletics. We've got a great partnership. They have not released to me the final list of everyone who's going.
I think I have a handful of Texans. Keanu Hill would be another one from right there. And I know Coach will be there. And I think Cosmo, I think
I know Cosmo will be there.
It's a 5-alarm operation, right? Heading there.
I don't think, again, I was trying to get that information before coming on the show because I knew you'd ask me that question. I said, listen, Athletics, you've got to tell me who's going to be there because they're going to ask. And I have not got that final list.
LJ will be there.
Yes.
We do know. And there'll be a handful of athletes.
And Cosmo will be there. I do know that. So
nice.
Yeah.
BYU store will be there. Chance to load up on the latest gear. My book's going to be there. A chance to find C is for Cougar. Look for that with the BYU store guys. And I think it's going to be cool because there's this one, and then there's June in Phoenix.
It's in May.
It's in May. Sorry, did I say June? May in Phoenix, and BYU goes down there, reunites with Arizona State the week before Thanksgiving. Yep. And from our alumni rep down that way, they're already planning to take over the stadium.
Absolutely. And that's part of the challenge. We do this so big in so many places that our reputation precedes us.
Seriously, they're like, wait a second, let's triple the price
of the tickets
before those guys come to town. Yeah. It's great to have Michael Johansen. He's the director of alumni relations. So the Fan Fest is Saturday in Dallas at the Josey Ranch Athletic Complex. From 11 to 1. Where can folks go to get more information? Can they go to your website? What's the best?
Both at Alumni, but also BYU Athletics, BYUCougars.com.
Okay.
They've got information right there, all the latest stuff with addresses. I will mention also there is a devotional on Sunday. That's part of this part of this gathering. Yeah. Sunday, 2:00, real close, by about 20 minutes away from that.
They're in Dallas? Mm-hmm. And do you have the list of speakers?
Also not. No. Yes, right.
So that information, BYUCougars.com. And
is it devotion? That's like a fireside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be
You've been to those?
Yeah. I spoke at one.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I think Coach Dolman actually made me.
There used to be Friday nights, right?
Yeah,
before games, and now they're in the off season, which is great.
Yep.
And Bronco used to actually get mad at the players. So a lot of the players like myself that aren't LDS that would go and attend, even if we weren't speaking or whatever, he would get really mad at the ones that were LDS. When we came back to the hotel room, I felt kind of bad, but I felt kind of good. So, but I always like those because you got to hear stories from the players because the players spoke. And, you go to battle with these guys and you have practice every day and sometimes you have class with them, but you don't hear, their testimonies like that because we're, it's football. We're not really focused on faith like that. So those are really cool experiences to know more information and get to learn about your players and your teammates on a deeper level.
Well, I've seen it firsthand how these experiences, they transform the audience, the youth of the church all over the place. These are superstars to them. Mm-hmm. Chance to sit next to the head coach or talk to the quarterback or listen to them. It's galvanizing, and these fan fests are still relatively new, right? Last few years where you've gone to the off season and just said, here we are, and we're coming back in the fall.
Yeah. Super exciting. We're grateful for all the opportunities that we have to gather and to share and celebrate what BYU is and what BYU will be.
All right, now we got a couple of questions for you that have nothing to do with any of this.
I assumed as much, Dave.
All right, what are the alumni feeling about the new coach, Kevin Young?
Fantastic. Change is change, and this is a new era, a new opportunity, and as he was introduced to the campus community this week by Coach Reese, we'll call him Coach. He's our coach. He's our head coach. President Reese, this last week, he called him a man of God, and that's what he is, and we're thrilled. The Cougar Nation alumni network all across the world, we're there. We're all in.
And I think the Suns picked up a whole bunch of fans. Although if people are like, "Hey, we're cheering for you, but would like you to lose," so you can get here. He is busy, and he's been in and out. But they play at Minnesota tomorrow, so that's where he's off to next.
I'm one of those that's kind of hoping that they lose, but I'm just being selfish. Next, talk about the trade with Zach Wilson and him going to the Broncos.
Yeah, what do you think of that? See, we like your opinions on this show.
My opinion is worth everything you pay for. I think it's good. I've always been a Zach Wilson fan, and I think, again, our alumni base loves him because of who he is. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of positivity with Zach and his family and how he represents.
Do you think there could ever be like something big enough where the alumni go and support? Like, let's say Zach's getting his first start on week 4.
Maybe if it's a Monday or a Thursday.
Oh, I forgot Sunday.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I'm saying we don't do that on Sunday.
My bad. That was really embarrassing.
But there's Monday games. There's Thursday games. How many Sundays did you play out of BYU? Zero.
Actually, no. I was gonna say, did one go to overtime? And we got to 12 o'clock a.m.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That does count.
That doesn't count. You just played till you end. I think we had a few late night San Diego State games over the years.
Yeah.
No one could tackle Marshall Falk, and the game went forever. But I think we won. So there's all that stuff. What else you got? Anything new?
Just great things happening all across the country. We're graduating another 7,000 people this week, and that's our big show. That's really our product, right? And we're welcoming in these wonderful young adults. You're just talking to Coach Doman about his involvement with young single adults. I get the opportunity to do something similar here in Provo, and on a personal level, there's just so much opportunity and so much blessing as we encourage our rising generation, and it's so important, and it involves our alumni of every age to do that great work, and so we're celebrating this week.
Well, good luck with graduation. Good luck with the Fan Fest, and we'll see you back again as we get ready to kick off the new season. The interesting thing about tomorrow night's Utah BYU baseball game is once the final out is made, it all starts for real with the two schools back in the same conference, battling for something much more than a Tuesday night baseball game. And I think it's exciting.
Yeah, great things ahead.
Yeah.
Did your daughter want to come on the show? Did you want to come on the show? Or are you good? You're good? Okay. All right. When you came in, I just want you to know we could do it.
She's not under duress.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Dave. Great
Best
to see you.
Best of luck to the Alumni Association. And, it is graduation week.